Our relationship with Leadership Resources has been amazing.
In being a leader, right, that can actually make a difference, it's so much more than being able to do the job from a technical standpoint.
Leadership Resources gave me a lot more confidence in what I was doing.
We nearly doubled in sales. And to get to that level, it would be untruthful to say that the skills that I learned in the Leadership Resource Program did not contribute to a large part of that.
It's around our documented processes, policies, and procedures. So as we think about hitting the lid,
It's helped our communication as a leadership group, how we approach cascading things down to the rest of the company, how we make decisions. It's helped our team health. I mean, those are the kind of things that I'm not sure we would have done ourselves without that AOS and a facilitator to guide us through that. And I just think we're much further ahead in terms of a leadership team running a business with Leadership Resources assistance than without.
My name is David Anderson. I'm the president and CEO of Mead Lumber Company. It was pretty obvious to me that we're very good at the technical training, on-the-job training, right? You know, we can train people for the business, the technical side of the business, but we weren't doing anything from a leadership development standpoint, from an emotional intelligence standpoint. And so, saw, early on a need around that. I thought that we needed to provide an opportunity for our folks, even those that have been here for 10, 20, 30 years.
I'm Brett Williams, HR Director for Mead Lumber. As a member of the senior leadership team, we talked about expansion and growth. And Mead has essentially doubled its revenue and headcount in the last 4.5 years. And so one of the things we talked about was succession planning and bench strength. And frankly, we weren't quite as deep and prepared as we would have liked to be with that kind of growth. A lot of companies do training. This is really more than training. This is about changing people's skill sets, their habits, their behaviors.
I was a manager for about 29 years. Thought I knew everything about leadership, so why were they asking me, and what would I get out of it?
I'd managed years ago about 70 employees, and so I felt like I had a pretty good boss there that taught me a lot of things, but I always feel like you can learn more all the time as far as you can manage, but you have to learn to lead. You can only lead so far. Like, your natural instincts are only going to take you so far.
After the fact, real excited that they had chose me to be into it, to be in this program, because they thought enough of me to invest time and energy into me to make me a better leader. The big thing that this program does for us is that it relates to our business. In the past leadership programs that I had went through, where you could, when you're all said and done, it might be a 2-day deal. You might pick 1 or 2 little things out of it and maybe try to implement that into your business. And that's what I thought leadership classes were. This one, through the course of 18 months, I was able to implement tons of different ideas and processes that related strictly, really to our business and what happens on a daily basis. And that was the difference between this leadership program and any of the other ones I'd been doing for the last 25 years.
I 100% believe that, yes, anybody can manage, anybody can lead, but you can only lead to a certain extent that you have in your mind. You have to learn to be a leader in order to grow success. Through the leadership program, I believe that the way that it's set up and the way Todd has set it up, it has, in my personal experience, a very large success rate. And without it, like I said, I'd probably still be 3 years behind to get to where we got to today.
The benefit of working with Leadership Resources from a strategic facilitation process and from a leadership development process is it gives us consistency. The same messaging, the terminology that we're using at the strategy level cascades through the leadership development. So when we try to communicate strategy throughout the organization, our people are hearing terms that are familiar to them and that make sense, right? And so the understanding of what we're trying to accomplish is at a much higher level. than what it's been before. So that's been very helpful at both.